We come this morning in our gathering to a study of the book of Jonah. And I want to remind you this morning that Jonah was a prophet. Jonah was a man of God. Jonah was a spokesman for God himself. Jonah was a spiritual leader. Jonah is about a lot of things. It really is. Not the least of which is that while God does go to great lengths to reach those who are far from him, Nineveh, he goes even further at times to bring back those who are his. Oh, my friends, Nineveh was a godless place. It really was. Nineveh was an evil community. It was for years the Assyrian capital, located 500 miles to the northeast of Israel, and it was known for a level of evil, a level of hostility, a level of cruelty, a level of debauchery and heartlessness never before seen. In the then-known world at that time, it was the worst of the worst. So you're Jonah. And God says to you, go offer them my mercy. Do you think he might have been scared? Anybody? You think he might have been scared to walk into the gates of Nineveh and tell them all they're going to hell? To come to Jesus? Knowing what he knew, realizing what was going on in that place? Sure he was. He was scared to death, but he was also bitter. He's supposed to help people as a prophet of God. He's supposed to help people find God, and he's running the other way. I want you to see from the very beginning what God had in mind for the people of Israel. What was God's redemptive plan? How was God going to move his kingdom forward? And God's design from the very beginning with the nation of Israel is that they would be his own kingdom of priests who would live life and be completely consumed with themselves. No, they were to live life and be completely consumed with bringing the kingdom of God to the nations. And they weren't. Here's the bottom line for this application for Israel and the story of Jonah. Israel's asleep in the bottom of the boat. You with me? Israel's asleep in the bottom of the boat, headed to not Nineveh. God had said to Israel, go. And they said, no, we don't think we will. God says to Jonah, go. And Jonah says, no, I don't think so. I believe that you and I share many of the same characteristics of Jonah. I believe that we're stubborn. I believe there's things that God has called us to that we want no part of. I believe that we're fearful. I believe we even have prejudice in us. I believe that there are callings that God brings to your life and mine, and we resist it. I believe that you argue with God. I think I question God. I believe that we are a bunch of Jonahs. And if that's true, if you're a Jonah, then I want to make sure this morning that you give some thought to this. Then you have a Nineveh. What's your Nineveh? You're a New Testament prophet. You're a spokesman for God, and your calling is no different than Jonah's, and you're hiding. You're sleeping.